Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first Diamond Report for the 2021 high school softball season. I'm Dan Masters, Assistant Director at the NSAA. Just like I've done in the past, I will be releasing Diamond Reports, hopefully weekly throughout the regular season during this fall season, and this is your first edition. I thought this year I'd try something new and also provide a video synopsis of the Diamond Report for those that maybe have to listen while they're driving or doing something else and don't have time to read a sheet of paper. So we'll see how this goes. First and foremost, one thing I want to make known from the start is that as of today's August 3rd, our plan in our office is to have all fall NSA activities under normal conditions with regards to COVID. So we're back to pre-pandemic days. We don't have any COVID guidelines out the door. Obviously, things could change at any minute, and stay tuned. We'll communicate as needed to both coaches and umpires and schools, ADs in general, as we have to make any changes. So again, we're pre-pandemic. Let's talk real quickly about the rules. When COVID struck, the NFHS suspended the rules creating process for many of the national spring activities. Softball nationally is a spring activity. Our fall season got lumped into that, so we're operating under the 2020 rules this year. If you're a new coach or new umpire, you'll still get a rules book, but everybody else, hopefully you've kept those items. A reminder for both umpires and coaches, take care of your rules meeting. We are nearing the end of the free period. I've got a link in the document that's going to be posted for this Diamond Report that has the dates and fees that apply, so keep track of that. If you haven't taken that yet, get it done ASAP. The other thing I wanted to communicate to everybody, coaches and umpires, ADs also, this is a great time of year to take a look at field safety and look at liability with regards to playing conditions on your competition and practice fields. So walking through those areas, if you have not done so over the summer already, now is the time. Making sure you got proper padding around the backstops, proper fences is repaired, any issues with fencing, making sure that you don't got any uneven playing surfaces or holes in the outfield, things like that. I've also outlined a kind of a rare example of things that you got to think outside of the box on, and I've got a picture included on the document where we've got a temporary outfield fence tethered with a string to a permanent fence down the right field line. Just things like making sure that tether is bright or visible or has flags on it so we don't have an outfielder running through that tether and getting hurt or injured. So think outside of the box. Now's the time of year to do that, so I bring that to your attention as well. Specifically for umpires, our registration process is going on. It's open. There's a number of deadlines that have already passed, but if you are a previously registered umpire, you have till August 13th to get registered and get that test done. New umpires, you have till the 13th as well to get that Part 1 test done. Just a reminder, you've got to register, you've got to take the Part 1 test, and you've got to watch that rules meeting. Those three things have to be done before that deadline. Call me with questions. Also, umpires, reminder to make sure your schedule is uploaded to the NSA website. Our observers will be out and around at games already, probably that first week of competition, so make sure that's done. Additionally, the deadline to apply for postseason consideration is September 10th this year, so umpires, make sure you're getting into your login and doing that. We'll have games pretty much every day of the week of October 4th, so get those things turned in, umpires. For coaches, a couple of things. Number one, you can vote on a ballot for postseason umpire consideration starting August 19th, the first day of your competitions. Please participate in that. Our participation has been down the last few years. I encourage you to do that. I do take a look at those things when we're picking out district and state umpires. And then finally for coaches, a reminder on what your athletes can do during the season. I've had a number of calls. I bet I had 5 calls yesterday, Monday. Granted, it's right after freshman state, so we had club coaches talking to high school coaches and parents, etc. But a couple of reminders, and these are things you need to educate your kids and your parents on. Number one, NSA rules are very specific on what can and cannot happen during a season. And that first day of the season is your first day of practice, August 9th this year. Once the season has begun, players cannot participate in outside group instruction, including attendance at camps and clinics. So again, they have to wait until after their team is done, eliminated from the postseason at the end of the season. That's bylaw 311. Likewise, Players cannot practice or compete on any outside team, and that's a club team, without penalty. That's bylaw 351. Please communicate that, especially to your incoming freshmen. I don't think they all understand that or know that yet. So again, once the season starts, you can't have a freshman or a sophomore, or junior or senior go and practice or participate on that club team during the season. We are protecting your high school season. Sometimes they get asked the question, hey, can my player go participate at a college camp during the season? The answer is no. That's group instruction, especially if everybody that is interested wants to pay and go participate. That's not an official visit. The only way they can go participate at a college is if it's part of an official recruiting visit. So again, something to communicate to your players. I do want to remind you, though, that players can get individual instruction where it's one-on-one, player-coach, with somebody outside of your coaching staff, but it needs to be done outside of your high school practice or game time. It should not interfere. And again, the main reason is the intention is we don't want to have a hindrance on what you're doing in your high school programs. We want to protect that practice time and that game time. So again, just some reminders. With that, our first Diamond Report is done. I wish you all the best of luck. And again, don't hesitate to reach out to me with questions.